We are trying to explore the universe, or more specifically, we're starting with the moon. Now, we have a rocket, as you can see, but what we do not have is fuel. We have a fuel loader, but we do not have fuel, so we need to make some fuel. This should be a simple task, except that simple tasks are rarely as simple, at least in Minecraft, they're rarely as simple as you'd think. So we shall see. To make fuel, for example, we need a fair amount of power because we'll need to use probably this refinery thing, which takes 1200 galactic craft joules per second, which sounds like a lot. I don't know how it compares to the other things, and whoops, that was a dirt block. Was a dirt block. There we go. Okay, let's put it back. Anyways, we shall be working on that today. Making fuel for the rocket. However, before we get into that, just a couple of in-between episode things. So first of all, last episode, for those of you guys who didn't see it or did see it or whatever, it was testing the new computer's graphics card. And quick summary, it right now we're on a little bit higher, actually a lot higher than the previous computer. We have everything on maximum just about, except render distances on 8 chunks instead of 16. And we had everything pretty much on minimum on the old computer, so that's really good, except right now it's running only at 50% GPU usage and hitting only around 60 without VSync being on, so that's a little bit weird. Not entirely sure why. Oh yes, what I was going to say is last episode, Lupus590 suggested in the comments that if I add more memory to Minecraft, maybe it'll run faster for frame rate, and possibly, I don't know. I tried it. You can see right now it's got, instead of the 800 megabytes from last time, if you look into the top right of the screen, and we're just wandering around in circles. If you look up into the top right of the screen, it says there is allowed 2048 megabytes, which is compared to the 800 megabytes of before. And it maybe is running a bit faster. It seems like it might be running a bit faster in frame rate, but not a lot faster. So anyways, that's besides the point. Another thing is that, let me know what you guys think about this. This will be more noticeable on the live streams, but this is rain. But in any case, the volume settings. So I've got a new ducking feature applied to the game audio, so as long as I'm talking, then it will duck the volume down a bit so that it sounds pretty good. But then if there's something interesting or whatever that I guess want you guys to hear like often, for those, let's go ahead and get started while we're doing that. So what do we need to do that while we're talking? We need some stone, we need furnace, we need compressed steel, and copper canisters. Actually, just before we leave, so basically, what's happened before is oftentimes I'm like, oh, you guys should hear this, but then you guys can't hear this because the volume is kind of weird and stuff like that. But this way, now when I stop talking, after about 1 second, it comes up to full volume, and so you should be able to hear it better. I still have to adjust the exact levels, but anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. There you go. So that kind of went up in volume, and now it went back down in volume. So that is a thing, a new feature, and it'll be more noticeable in the live streams, possibly. Anyways, Refinery. So, let's do the overview. To get fuel into this rocket, we need a fuel loader. Now, we have a fuel loader. Oh, by the way, another weird thing. Actually, let's get to that later. So, fuel loader. And that loads the fuel into the rocket. Oh, and by the way, if you're curious, here's the debug pie. So there we go. Anyways, fuel loader. So you fill it with fuel and you fill it with power, and then it pumps it into the rocket, and so that's that. So we need to fill it with fuel, and power can come later. So let's go ahead and fill it with fuel. Refinery. So basically what happens, we have loads of oil. We have some up there. We have some oil up there. We have some more over in that section of the base. And we need to turn that oil into fuel, and then that fuel into the fuel loader, which loads the fuel into the rocket. Now, in order to do that, we need this refinery because this thing takes, if you look at the, press shift for more info, refinery will take an input of oil and energy and output fuel used for rockets and vehicles. So, an input of fuel, of oil and energy, an input of oil and energy, and output fuel. So, that is what we need. Now, this thing is a fairly simple recipe, and it needs copper, and it needs compressed steel, and stuff like that. So, we currently have compressed whatever that is. I think it's tin. And we do not appear to have any compressed steel. So let's go ahead and grab some of that. Now, what I was going to say is that the also with the new computer, a couple things I'm trying out. For one thing, playing the audio through the room speakers, the game audio. So if you notice any echoing in the game audio, hopefully you don't, but hopefully it's good. If you notice any, it's because it is a little bit too loud and it's coming through the main headset mic as well. Which, with the noise gate being applied, let's go ahead and take that out so that we can put it into... Nope, don't fall off. So that we can send it back through the system and stuff like that. Now, with the noise gate being applied, for those of you guys who don't know what a noise gate is, basically a noise gate is a thing where you... What do we need? There's a bucket. A noise gate is a thing where any sounds that are below a certain level... Why am I taking just that bucket? Let's go ahead and grab the materials. Grab the materials as well. Okay, we need some steel. And here's some steel. Alrighty, so the steel, we only need... How many do we need? We need 2 compressed steel, which is 4 ingots. There we go. So, yeah, so the noise gate on the microphone basically means that any sounds that are below a certain volume will get cut off. So, it basically, when I start talking, it opens the gate, and then when I stop talking, it gets quieter, so it closes the gate. So it should be that none of the background noise, the game audio and stuff being through the main speakers, should be that it doesn't get picked up in the microphone at the recording. But we shall see. And let me know if you guys notice any of that as well. Let's see. Compressed steel. Okay, so we need... Trying to think about 2 things at once. Okay. Copper canisters, and 1 crafting recipe makes 2, which is perfect. We need 7 copper ingots, so let's go ahead and grab some of those. Another thing, if I'm talking more weird than usual, there is a thing that I just turned on because of some really complicated spiral microphone path settings and things like that. Made it excessively complicated. And if you guys want to know more about how that works, then I can try, once I'm done editing the computer videos, I can maybe, I'll have to look into if I can show a video about how my mic settings work. But at the moment, okay, so we just need 7 actually. The way I have it set up is it's monitoring to, my mic is monitoring to me, which is good, so I can hear what you guys are hearing, which is good, except that it's monitoring on a delay. And so it's got that weird effect of you talk and then like a split second later, then you hear yourself. And so it's just enough to throw you off and make it sound really weird. Anyways, we don't need that lava bucket right now. We do not need that lava bucket right now. So yeah, so if I'm talking really weird or anything like that, or repeating sounds or anything like that, it's probably just because of the echo. Anyways, that is that. We appear to have everything we need. Let's go ahead and double check by crafting the refinery. Oh, we're missing something. We have stone. Oh, we don't have a furnace. We need to go ahead and make a furnace. And there we go. All right, refinery. Let's go ahead and make the refinery, and that is that. So let's go ahead and take this thing down to underground, and we shall be good to go. So we now have the refinery, which is excellent. So there's some oil that we have, which is good. It's probably best to start with the oil that is closer to the place we're trying to go to, which is over here. So we have this oil in those tanks up there is what we're looking for. So we shall set up the refinery. Let's set it up just outside of this area. I think, maybe. Oh, Oh, actually, putting the refinery down below on the lower floor might be a good idea. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. So we would basically have the fuel pipe going down there and the refinery down below. Maybe a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Enough time deciding. Let's just do it. Okay, so this is the refinery. Oh, why does it have the power on the top? Oh, okay. I was wondering if it got placed sideways somehow, but apparently not, because it has the power on the top because it's very dark in here. Did I actually change the setting off camera, the brightness setting that got messed up last time? Let me just check that. Let me just go and be right back. All right, so the brightness slider is above maximum, which is good. So let's just go ahead and sleep through the night, and then we can check on the situation. So what we have here is we have the refinery. This looks really nice. It's got a nice blue thing on the side, whatever that is, and it's got some more things on the side, whatever those are. And let's go ahead and try to do something about this. So let's go ahead and we need some pipe. We need some fuel pipe, some fuel connection pipe, and we need some energy connection pipe. We need to connect energy to this thing, which is going to be a bit of a challenge. So, and the reason that the energy, the oxygen pipe, okay, where's the fuel pipe? Let's find out. But in any case, the reason that the energy is going to be a fairly difficult thing is, or at least it could be, because of we're not having a lot of energy. Actually, let's double check. Let's double check. We need to go upstairs anyways, because to make the fuel pipe, all our materials are upstairs. So let's go ahead and go upstairs to get the materials. But in any case, we need to find out when we're upstairs how much power does our how much power do our engines actually produce. So let's go ahead and find that out. We produce currently, and we need to be able to power, what was it? Refinery. There's this one from Buildcraft, but this is the one that we made, Refinery. 1200 Galacticraft joules per tick, or per second. And our engines produce, they produce maximum 10 RF per tick. So we need to convert RF into GJ, which is harder to say than Galacticraft joules. Oh, you can, yes, okay, I'm just trying to remember. You can convert the Galacticraft energy units. So there's a command where it will tell this, instead of in GJ/second, it will tell it in different things. So, / Galacticraft GC energy units. There we go. Galacticraft energy units. And okay, so you can change it to RF. Did it work or did it not work? Aha! Okay, so now you can see Refinery in the top top right of the screen. Top right of the screen. Power required 750 RF per second. Okay, so that's helpful. RF per second, 750. RF per tick, maximum 10. It's running on 3 right now just because of reasons. So, let's see. So power required. So that's per second. This is per tick. If I remember right, there's either 10 or there's 20 ticks per second. And so if it does 10 ticks per second, I don't remember which, but if it does 10 ticks per second, then that would be 10 times 10 is about 100 ticks per second. 100 RF, I mean, per second from one engine. And power required 750. Oh, so it might actually work. Because 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600... 700, 800, which would cover the 750. So that should be good. Okay, so now we need to get our fuel pipe. Fuel pipe. Let's see. What is the fuel pipe called? What is the fuel pipe called? What is the fuel pipe called? Okay. We have oxygen pipe. Well, we don't have any, but we have it on the list here. We have it on the list. We have energy wire, which we need a lot of, by the way, and it's probably behind this debug menu. There we go. Okay, let's see. Fuel pipe, can you guys find it before I do? Good question, let's find out. Let me know in the comments if you find it before I do. Let's see. Tier 1 dungeon key, that's not it. Raw silicon, flag, let's see. Glowstone. Actually, we do need to make a flag. What do you need to make a flag? We need string and sticks. How are we going to get string? I don't know. Anyways, we have we don't have canvas, but we have it on the list. Where is our fuel? How do you connect the two things together? How do you connect the two things together? We've got dash stick, we've got all kinds of things, and energy beam reflectors, cavernous vines. Cavernous vines are dangerous to living creatures, entangling them and dragging them upwards. That's a good thing to watch out for when we go over there. But there does not appear to be any fuel wire anywhere. Let me go, and you guys have probably found it long before I did. Let's see about... I'm going to go into the Galacticraft wiki and see what happens. Alright, so I just quickly skimmed through the Galacticraft wiki, and it appears that there is no actual fuel cable. Pipe, that's the word. There's no fuel pipe within the Galacticraft mod. The way to do it is to use not an oil canister, empty canisters, yes, and then take the canisters and bring them between the different machines. Now, here's the question, because if you go to Buildcraft, Fluid Pipe, Buildcraft is a different mod, by the way, fluid pipe, so we can get fluid pipes, and those things will transport the fuel back and forth. However, do we want to do this more thinking pack, or do we just want to get to space? That is the question. So if we were doing it more complicated in a thinking pack, then what we would be doing is we would be getting fuel canisters. We would be getting the fuel canisters, the empty canisters, and we would be using turtles to bring them between the machines. You know what? Maybe that's not actually too hard to do. I don't think so. Maybe that would be a good idea. But let's save that for next episode. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I should do it with using ComputerCraft turtles, because that's completely unnecessary, but it's going to be fun. Or whether I should just get a simple pipe. So let me know what you guys think about that. But for now, we're going to do the rest of the setup, which is bringing the wire, the electricity, down to the place down there. So let's see. To get the power from here to downstairs, we need kinesis pipes or something. We could use Galacticraft aluminum wire. However, aluminum wire costs a lot of aluminum and a lot of wool. Wool is not easy to come by right now. So let's see. What was I was looking for something. Okay, sorry, absent-minded. Okay, what was I saying? What was going on? Oh yes, iron kinesis pipe. That's it, iron kinesis pipe. Because iron kinesis pipe is what we used over here, because it can transfer a fair amount of energy per second. 1280 RF per second, which, wait a minute. It was 1200, I think, that the other thing could handle, right? Oh, okay, here's an interesting thing. We may need to upgrade our entire power setup. Let's double check that. So, we need the refinery, which takes 750 RF per second. Okay, so that's good. 750. Let me just write this down. So, we have multiple machines that need to be running simultaneously, and if they work, here's the problem. If they work anything like this machine over here, the compressor, and I think this one as well, the circuit fabricator, not sure, but if they work like this electric compressor, then basically what it does is it takes energy, but if it uses the energy faster per second than it takes it, it never rises much above zero, and every time it rises a bit and then goes back down, and then rises a bit and goes back down, and every time it goes back down, the progress resets, and so it never finishes unless you send enough power per second. So it's not like it just runs slower, it just doesn't run unless it has enough power per second. So, if these machines do that too, we need to make sure we have enough power per second. So, let's see. Refinery. Power required, 750 RF per second. And let me write that down. So, 750, let's calculator, 750, okay. 750 for the refinery. Plus, we need a fuel loader. Fuel loader. The fuel loader is 375. That's the machine we already have downstairs that we had before. Plus 375 plus... Okay, what else do we need? Is that everything? The refinery takes the oil in and it converts it into fuel and then sends it into the rocket, sends it into the rocket. That may be sufficient. Okay, here's the thing. It's going to be a bit tight, but it will work. Because our power setup will take through the iron kinesis pipe. Iron kinesis pipe, it takes 1280 RF per tick. And we will be using 1125 per second. Oh, wait, per tick? Oh, okay, so it's fine. Because 1280 per tick is more like 12,000 per second. Or maybe 24,000 per second. Depends if there's 10 or 20 ticks per second. Anyways... So that is that. So we should be good. So we need a whole bunch more iron pipes. And that should be good. It does take a lot of redstone. Let's see. How is our wool situation? Because if our wool situation is pretty good, then we will be fine to make the aluminum wire. Which one is more cost effective? I guess it comes down to which one do we have a lot of materials of. Do we have a lot more aluminum or do we have a lot more iron? But in any case, we have a bunch of sheep there. And not a lot of sheep. Eventually this should be expanded to have like a pen for every color or something. But for now, it's like that. I think it would be best to go with the iron pipe. So let's go ahead and do that. And head over here. Now, what we need is that. And however... If we are using 1125 RF per second, 1125 per second, will our engines be able to handle that? So this was what it was like 100 per second, 100 RF. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so 1200 or 24, depends how many takes are in a second. And we'll be using 1125 out of 1200. So that will work. It'll be tight, but it'll work. So, iron kinesis pipe. We need some iron. And where exactly do we get that? We have iron. We have loads of iron. Okay, we should have enough. We should have enough. And we have redstone. Do we have glass? We need some glass. Where's our glass? Our glass is probably outside. Our glass is probably outside. So, over here. Over here. That is a door. And this is a glass pane. That is not very helpful. We need a full stack of glass. Well, maybe not a full stack, but we need a thing. We need a thing of glass blocks, which is what we have now. So that's perfect. Let's go ahead and make some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and make 3 batches. And that should be good. And now we can put the redstone, and there we go. Okay, this is going to be very expensive on redstone. Very expensive on redstone, but it should hopefully be okay. Now, where did we leave our pipe? We have our pipe. It goes down from the engines. It goes downstairs and comes around this side over here. And comes around this way. It goes behind those machines and goes down to downstairs. I suppose this is all downstairs. We need to label these levels fairly soon. Let's see. Okay, so that goes into this. Does it stop? It stops here. Okay. So our pipe stops here. We need to send it pretty much all the way down So that is going to be a problem. Now, should we hide it in the wall, or should we bring it... Maybe let's... I don't know. Should we hide it in the wall? Let's go ahead and send it past this machine and see what happens from there. So, let's go ahead and dig a bit of a tunnel in the wall like this. There we go. And come on, down we go. Okay. And let's go ahead and put the pipe into that slot. Okay. Oh, here's a thing. Yes, we need the thing with iron pipes is that it is a selectable limiter pipe, which means that you can limit how much power goes through it. And we currently have it limited. So if we do that, there we go. Now it will allow the maximum through it. If you're curious, it was allowing 20 RF per tick through it. Now we allow 1280, which is good. So let's go ahead and head down the stairs a bit more. And we should be able to break through the wall now. And whoops, not yet. We are not yet below the floor. Okay, let's go ahead and place this down. This is going to be quite a long process. We may have to cut ahead in the video. There we go. And place this down. And do that. And place this down. And do that. And place this down. And do that. All right. Let's go ahead and get down onto the next floor at least. And once we reach the next floor, there we go. I think we shall bring the pipe into the room so that it's easier to deal with. We don't have to do any of this behind the wall stuff. So there we go. And there we go. And there we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Apparently you don't have to shift. You don't have to shift in between every time, so that's good. Now, this way. And this way. And wrench. And this way and wrench. Okay. Now, we shall bring this thing down. We shall bring it down. There's a staircase in the way. That's a problem. We have a staircase in the way. You know what? Maybe if we just bring it down right in the wall. Not my idea originally was to stick it out in front of the wall just because we can, but maybe we should just bring it down in the wall, and then we not behind the wall, but just like right in the wall, because then we can quickly adjust the restriction of power and things like that. And it's not sticking out to be in the way, which is good. So that is that. And a whole bunch more of this. Now I'm just going to go ahead and cut ahead in the video until we make it downstairs. Now here is quite the predicament. So the cable, the pipe, it is a cable, is coming down here, and now I can't reach it. So here's the question: can we make this jump? Is this jump a possible jump to make, or is it not? Let's find out. Let's find out. No, it's not, because it's a head hitter. If it was not a head hitter, it may have been possible, but apparently it was not possible. So, let's go ahead and get up here and try to continue from there. The pipe is now connected. There we go. One more syllable, one more pipe for not enough syllables, so I had to kind of extend that there. Anyways, that is that. Now you can see we have power running into this machine, and it's possible that the engines at the surface have run out. So we will need to restart the engines to double check that, make sure that's running. But, oh, actually, no, it's not. It's draining energy. Why is it draining energy? What is it possibly doing? Because it doesn't have any oil. Well, it wouldn't have any fuel until it had any oil. As you can see, it says status no oil. So why is it draining energy? No idea. But up here we have this one, which is fuel loader. And it is slowly draining in energy as well, which is weird. But it has no fuel to load. It does have power, though, so we can connect it to down there. And let me know what you guys think, whether we should use those empty canisters or whether we should use the pipe. Empty canisters with ComputerCraft turtles being a little bit overcomplicated, or should we use the pipe and be simple and just get it done? It depends, and let me know what you guys think. And that's not the way to climb up the stairs. That's not the way to climb up the stairs. All right, let's go ahead and head up here this way. There's the pipe. It looks actually very nice. The wall still looks really gray, which is not ideal, but the pipe looks really nice. It's kind of this touch of red in the gray wall, so it looks kind of nice. And then, of course, there's the coal in the wall and stuff like that. So let's see. There we go. So it does indeed connect to back there. So that is that. So let me know what you guys think about the matter. Should we do the complicated route, or should we do the non-complicated route, or what should we do? Let me know what you guys think about that. But for now, let's go ahead and do some things and call it a day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and stuff like that. And whoops, let's go ahead and go into this view. And that is that. So back to what we were saying earlier about the graphics card and things like that. I'm very, very satisfied with this computer. With the what is it? The Ryzen 5 2400G processor with the Vega 11 graphics. It's doing very well despite having only one memory stick in this computer build. So it's handling the one memory stick very well. It's still currently right now running at about 55% of the GPU, which I still don't know why it's doing that. Maybe it's the memory, but anyways, yeah, it's doing really well because it's running below 60, but on pretty much maximum. It did bring this down to decrease the particles, but aside from that, it's running at pretty much maximum on most of the main settings, and that is something that was not possible before. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Graphics are kind of weird until you understand them, which maybe some of you guys do. But in any case, yeah, let me know if you do. But for now, this has been a Thinking Pack episode, whatever number we are, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys later. Bye-bye!